Hello friends, myself Pooja Bhand. I have completed BCS Computer Science from SP College Pune. Today we are going to discuss about the OOPS concept, that is Object Oriented Programming System. Now see one by one. Thank you. Java OOPS concept. We will learn about the basic of OOPS concept, that is Object Oriented Programming Language. It provides many concepts such as the class, inheritance, binding and polymorphism and etc. Scimula is considered as the first object-oriented programming language. The programming language where everything is represented in an object is known as truly object-oriented programming language. Smalltalk is very first truly object-oriented programming language. The popular object-oriented languages are C, C++, PHP, Java, Python, etc. The main aim of object-oriented programming language is to implement real-world entities, that is an object. For example, object, classes, abstraction, polymorphism, inheritance, and etc. OOPS, object-oriented programming systems. Object means a real-world entity such as a pen, chair, table, computer, watch, etc. Object-oriented programming language is a methodology to design a program using classes and objects, simplifies software development by and maintenance by providing some concepts: object, class, inheritance, polymorphism, abstraction, and encapsulation. Apart from these concepts, these are the some terms which are used to design object-oriented programming language. That is coupling, association, aggregation, and composition. Object is a object is an entity that has state and behavior. It is known as object. For example, a chair, pen, table, keyboard, bike, etc. It can be physical or logical. An object can be defined as an instance of a class. An object contains the address and take up some space in memories. For example, a dog is an object. It has a state like color, name, breed, and etc. as well as behavior like wagging the tail, eating, and barking, etc. The second one is class. Class is a collection of an object. It is known as class. It is a logical entity. A class can also define as a blueprint from which you can create an individual object. Class doesn't consume any space. The third one is inheritance. Inheritance, when one object acquires all the properties and behaviors of an parent object, it is known as inheritance. It provides code reusability. It is used to achieve runtime polymorphism. Polymorphism means if one task is performed in different ways, it is known as a polymorphism. For example, to convince the customer differently, or to draw something, for example, shape, rectangle, triangle, and etc. Another example can be to speak something. For example, cat speaks meow, dog barks woof, etc. Abstraction, hiding internal details and showing functionality. It is known as abstraction. For example, phone call. We don't know the internal processing of in Java, so we use abstraction, abstract class, and interface to achieve abstraction. The last one is encapsulation. Binding code and data together into a single unit is called as encapsulation. For example, a capsule wrapped with different medicine, a Java class, is the example of encapsulation. Coupling refers to the knowledge or information or dependency to another class. It arises when classes are aware of each other. Each classes has the details information of another class. There is a strong coupling. Association represents the relationship between the objects. There one object can be associated with another one object or many object. There are four types of association between the object, that is one to one, one to many to one, and many to many. Let us understand the relationship with real-time example. For example, one country can have one prime minister, one to one, and prime minister can have many ministers, one to many. Also, many MPs can have one prime minister, that is many to one, and many ministers can have developments, that is many to many. Association can be unidirectional or bidirectional. The last one is aggregation. Aggregation is a way to achieve association. It represents the weak relationship between objects. It is also termed as has a relationship in a Java. Let us understand the relationship with real-time example. For example, one country can have one prime minister, one to one, and prime minister can have many ministers, one to many. Also, many MPs can have one prime minister, that is many to one, and many ministers can have developments, that is many to many. Association can be unidirectional or bidirectional. The last one is aggregation. Aggregation is a way to achieve association. It represents the weak relationship between objects. It is also termed as has a relationship in a Java.